Hello students, I am Kinjal Parmar. Welcome back to the video lecture series of Digital Fundamental. Today we will discuss asynchronous up counter. So let's start with the definition of asynchronous counter. So here we have a asynchronous up counter. This asynchronous counter is a counter or says a group of flip-flops. Okay, this counter is basically a group of flip-flops, and asynchronous counter is a counter that means a group of flip-flops in which all flip-flops does not have same clock signal. Asynchronous counter, that means whatever the flip-flops it contain, it does not have same clock signal. And here we have a up counter. This up counter is a counter which counts from a small to large value. Okay, here this up counter counts the value from small to large value, that means starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n. Okay, so this is up counter, and here we have to design asynchronous up counter, that means a counter which has a flip-flop which does not share same clock signal and which counts in a upward directions. So here we have a asynchronous up counter. This asynchronous up counter consists of total n flip-flops. Okay, if we want to design n bit asynchronous up counter, so we have to use n flip-flops. Either we use JK flip-flop or we use T flip-flop. Why only JK or T? Because both the flip-flops have input 1, and in this input 1 we have a toggle mode. Okay, and in asynchronous counter this flip-flop must be enabled in a toggle mode. That's why here we have this JK or T flip-flop with input high, that means input 1 in a toggle mode. Okay, so for n bit asynchronous up counter we have to use n flip-flops, and n flip-flops, that means either n JK flip-flop or either n T flip-flops with input 1. Okay, that means all the flip-flops in toggle mode. So using this we can construct our asynchronous up counter. Here in asynchronous up counter, this group of flip-flop is basically connected in such a way that first flip-flop has external clock signal. Okay, to active our sequential digital circuit we have to apply a clock signal. Okay, and in a first flip-flop we have to use external clock signal to trigger first flip-flop. Okay, so to trigger first flip-flop we have to use external clock signal, and then any output, I mean we have a total 2 output, that means either Q or Q dash. So according to the requirement we can connect any of the output of the first flip-flop into a clock in a second flip-flop. Okay, so for second flip-flop clock is basically applied from first flip-flop's output, then in a third flip-flop we apply a clock signal from output of second. Okay, remember here input is 1, that is fixed, and clock is applied like first flip-flop has an external clock, second flip-flop has a clock as output of first flip-flop, third flip-flop has a clock as output of second flip-flop, and so on. Okay, so this is asynchronous up counter. Now we have a different type of flip-flops. Okay, so we can design this our asynchronous up counter either using a negative age trigger flip-flop or either using positive age trigger flip-flop. Okay, so we can construct our asynchronous up counter either using negative age trigger JK flip-flop or T flip-flop, or using positive age trigger JK flip-flop or T flip-flop. So let's discuss one by one asynchronous up counter using negative age trigger flip-flop and then using positive age trigger flip-flop. Here we have a first, that is asynchronous up counter using negative age trigger. Okay, so we can construct asynchronous counter using either JK flip-flop or T flip-flop in a toggle mode. Okay, so to design a counter we have to use a JK flip-flop or T flip-flop, and this flip-flop must be in a toggle mode, and then we connect a flip-flop such a way that first flip-flop has an external clock, then remember output Q. Okay, we have a two outputs, either Q and Q dash. Whenever we have a negative age trigger flip-flops and we want to count up, okay, whenever we have a negative age trigger flip-flop and whenever we want to count in a upward directions using negative age and up counter, we have to connect Q as a clock in a second flip-flop. Okay, so here we connect output Q of a first flip-flop as a clock in a second flip-flop, then output Q of a second flip-flop as a clock in a third flip-flop, and so on. Okay, so remember, whenever we have a negative age trigger flip-flop and we want to count in a upward direction, that means from small to large, we have to connect our clock as first flip-flop has an external clock signal, and then we apply output Q. Okay, output Q in a clock for a second flip-flop. Okay, so this is how asynchronous up counter can be constructed. Here we have a logical diagram of asynchronous up counter using negative age trigger JK flip-flop. So here we have a 2-bit asynchronous up counter. This is 2-bit asynchronous up counter, as here we use 2 flip-flop. Okay, so for 2-bit we have to use 2 flip-flops. If we have an example for 4-bit, so we have to use 4 flip-flop. Okay, here we design this asynchronous up counter for 2-bit. So here we have a 2 flip-flops, and here these flip-flops are negative age trigger. That means it works only at negative age. Okay, only at negative age. So here we indicate this with this bubble. Okay, in a clock we apply this bubble notations to denote that this is a negative age trigger. Now here we have a 2 flip-flop, this J and K, 2 inputs. In J and K we apply 1. Okay, in J and K we apply here input 1 in both the flip-flops. Remember, in a asynchronous counter we have to use our flip-flops in a toggle mode. That means we have to all the time apply a 1 as a input. Okay, 1 as a input. So here we apply 1 as a input. Either we use JK or we simply just use T and denote input and apply value over here, that is 1. Okay, so here in a asynchronous counter our flip-flops will work in a toggle mode only. Okay, so here we have a input 1 in both the flip-flops. Here J1 K1 1, Q1 Q1 dash, J2 K2 1, and Q2 Q2 dash. Now here remember, this is asynchronous counter. So here what we are doing, we apply external clock signal in a first flip-flop. Okay, so here in a first flip-flop we have a external clock signal. Now in a second flip-flop, here we have a negative age trigger flip-flop. That's why we connect Q1 as a clock in this second flip-flop. Okay, here we use output Q1 as a clock. Remember, here we connect output in a clock, not directly in a input. In input we have a 1. Okay, but here output Q is applied as a clock in a second flip-flop. Okay, so here in a clock signal we apply Q1. That means whenever negative age of Q1 is reached, we have a toggle mode conditions. Okay, so Q2 will be enabled only for Q1's negative age. Okay, Q1 will be our values or says our output from first flip-flop. When this first flip-flop will be active and it will count its values, then after values of Q1 this Q2 will be active. That means our second flip-flops will be active and it will be count its value. Okay, so our first flip-flop will active first and then second flip-flop will active, because our flip-flops work only at clock. Okay, and here in a second flip-flop we use output of first flip-flop, that is here we use Q1. Okay, if we connect Q1 dash, so what we are how this circuit will work? So it basically counts in a downward directions. How it will be count? This will be discussed in the next session. But remember, whenever we connect Q1 for a negative age trigger flip flops, it counts in a upward directions. Okay, so whenever we want to count in upward directions, we have to use negative age trigger flip flops with output Q1 as clock for second, and if we have a further flip flops, so we apply either Q2, then we use Q3, Q4 same way. Okay, so here we have a 2-bit counter, asynchronous up counter. So this is the logical diagram for asynchronous up counter. Okay, first J1 and K1 is equals to 1, J2, K2 is equals to 1. Okay, so all the time we have a 1 as a input over here, then output Q1 is connected into second flip flops clock. Okay, so this is how asynchronous up counter can construct it. Now how this circuit will work and how this can be count its value. Okay, because here we have a 2-bit counter, that means it count total 2 raised to 2, total 4 values starting from 0 to 3. Okay, so how it will count? So here we have this waveform characteristic. Using this we can calculate how it counts. So first here we have a external clock. Using this external clock, our first flip flop will be triggered. Okay, so here we have a negative age trigger. So we mentioned negative age of our clock. Okay, so this is negative age of our clock, and from this we draw over here reference light to calculate output Q1. Now here remember, we does not have to check for this input, because all the time inputs are in a 1, that means all the time we have a toggle mode. Okay, so whenever negative age arrived, we have to just toggle our output. Previous output is toggled and a next output, because we have a input 1. Okay, because all the time we have a flip flops which work in a toggle mode. So initially this Q1 is equal to 0. Okay, initially this Q1 is equal to 0. Whenever this negative age arrived, it will start its state of changes. Okay, so here initially we have a Q1 is equals to 0. Now this negative age arrived, we have a input in a 1 1, that means we have a toggle mode. So here we have a Q1 is equals to 0. So next it will be 1. Okay, so this is a toggle mode. Then here this value is continue up to next negative age. Okay, this value will be continued up to next negative age. Now here this negative age arrived, our input is fixed, that is 1 1, that means toggle mode. So here value is toggle, we have a first 1, so here we have a 0. Okay, and it will be continued up to next negative age. Now here also negative age arrived, so our value is toggled over here, and then it will continue up to next negative age. Then here we have this negative age arrived, so here also we have a toggle mode. Okay, so this is how we calculate output of Q1, and this is how Q1 can calculate its output. Okay, so this is external clock is applied, and according to that we have a Q1 output. And here whenever negative age arrived, we have to just toggle our, that means we have to just complement our previous output, and we have a next output. So this is Q1. Now let's calculate Q2. So for Q2, this Q1 is its clock. Okay, for Q2 this Q1 is its clock. So let's mention Q1's negative age. So here we have a Q1's negative age. Now here we have to calculate that Q2. Now Q2 will be activated at a negative age of Q1 only, because for a Q2 this second flip flops, this Q1 will be clock. Okay, so initially this will be 0 up to this negative age of Q1. Okay, whenever negative age of Q1 arrived, then and only then second flip flop will toggle. Okay, so this Q1 will be continue up to this negative age. Now here Q1's negative age arrived, so here we have a toggle condition, so it will be toggle its value, that means previously 0, here we have a 1, and it continues its values up to next negative age of Q1. Okay, up to next negative age of Q1, so it continues its value. Now here also we have a negative age, so it toggle its value, so 0. Okay, so this is how we calculate this Q2 and Q1. Now how this counts the value 0, 1, 2, 3. So remember, here we have a Q2, Q1, that is 0, 0. Then here we have a 1, 0. Here we have a 0, 1. Here we have a 1, 1. And here we have a 0, 0. So basically counter has output from this output, that is from Q2, Q1. Okay, so we have to calculate our output conditions from this Q2, Q1. Okay, remember this Q2, Q1, higher substitute number is first. So here we have a output from Q2, Q1 such that this is 0, 0, that means 0. Here we have a 0, 1, that means 1. Here we have a 1, 0, that means 2. And here we have a 1, 1, that means 3. And again our counter will be restarted from 0, 0. And if we have a next external clock signals is applied, so it will continues counting the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is how 2-bit asynchronous up counter can be constructed and work using negative age trigger flip-flop. Now let's discuss asynchronous up counter using positive age trigger flip-flop. So here we have a asynchronous up counter using positive age trigger flip-flop. This positive age trigger flip-flop will be used to construct our asynchronous counter. That means either we use JK flip-flop or we can use T flip-flop with high input, that means in a toggle mode. In this positive age trigger JK flip-flops, whenever we want to count up counter, so here we have to use Q1 dash as a clock for a second flip-flop. Okay, in a negative age trigger flip-flop we use Q as a clock for a second flip-flop. Here we use Q dash as a clock of a second flip-flop. Okay, so whenever we have a positive age trigger flip-flop and we want to count in a upward direction, so we have to connect Q1 dash and Q2 dash and Q3 dash as a clock for a next flip-flop. So here we have a logical diagram of asynchronous up counter. Okay, here we have a asynchronous up counter using positive age trigger flip-flop. So here we have a 2 JK flip-flop with input 1. That means this flip-flop will be worked in a toggle mode all the time. In a first flip-flop we apply a clock signal which is positive age triggered sensitive. Okay, then here in the next flip-flop we apply Q1 dash as a clock. Okay, whenever we have a positive age trigger flip-flops and we want to count in a upward direction, so we have a Q1 dash as a clock for a second flip-flop. Okay, so that's why depending on our requirement and depending on types of this flip-flops, either positive age or negative age, and depending on the types of counter, up counter or down counter, we have to connect any of the outputs as a clock in a next flip-flop. Okay, so whenever we have a positive age and we want to count in upward directions, we have to connect Q1 dash as a clock. That means complemented output over here. Okay, but remember we have to measure our output from Q1 and Q2 only. Okay, though here we use Q1 dash as a clock, but we have to measure our output from normal conditions, that means from Q1, Q2. Now how this will be worked? So here we have a waveform characteristic for positive age triggered JK flip-flops with asynchronous up counter. So initially first our flip-flop will be activated from external clock. So here we have external clock. Now let's mention positive age. So here we have a positive age. Draw this reference line. Now we have to calculate Q1. Okay, so this Q1 will be initially 0 because whenever we have a no positive age, so initially this Q1 will be 0. Now when it continue its value up to next positive age, now here this at this positive age we have a input that is 1 1. That means in a toggle modes we have a toggle condition, so we have to just simply complement its value. So here we have a 1 condition and it continues its values up to next positive age. Then here we have a next positive edge, so it toggle its value, and that means here we have a previously 1, so here we have a 0. Then here we have a 1, then next positive edge we have a 0. Okay, so this is how this Q1 will be calculated. This whenever positive edge arrived, it toggle its value, that means it complement its values from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. As we have a 1 input over here, so basically it works in a toggle mode. So this is how we calculate Q1. Now how we calculate Q2? So for Q2 we have to first calculate Q1 dash, so which is exactly complement of this Q1. So here we have a Q1 dash. Whenever Q1 is equals to 0, Q1 dash is equals to 1, and whenever Q1 is equals to 1, we have a Q1 dash is equals to 0. Okay, now this Q2 will be activated at a positive edge of Q1 dash. So let's mention positive edge of Q1 dash. Okay, so here we have a positive edge of Q1 dash. Now this Q2 will count its values up to positive edge of this Q1 dash. Okay, so initially this Q2 is equals to 0. Whenever we have a no positive edge of Q1 dash, we have a 0 value. Now here positive edge of Q1 dash arrives, so we have to just toggle its value. So here we have a 1 and it continues its values up to next positive edge of Q1 dash. Now here again we have a Q1 dash positive edge arrived, so we have a complemented value because flip-flops are in a toggle mode. So here we have a 0. Okay, so this is how this Q2 will be counted according to clock of Q1 dash. Okay, so here we have a Q1 dash as a clock in a second flip-flop. So we have to first calculate Q1 dash, then mention positive edge of Q1 dash, and then we calculate a Q2. Okay, so here we have a Q2 is equals to 0 0. Okay, then here we have a this 1 0, here we have a 0 1, here we have a 1 1, and here we have a 0 0. So our output that is Q2 Q1 is basically 0 0, that means 0, 0 1, that means 1, 1 0, that means 2, 1 1, that means 3, and then reset, that is 0 0. Okay, so this is how we can construct asynchronous up counter using positive edge trigger flip-flop. Okay, so whenever we have a asynchronous up counter and if we have a negative edge trigger flip-flop, so we have to use normal output as a clock for a next flip-flop, and whenever we have a positive edge trigger flip-flop, so we have to use complemented output as a clock for a next flip-flop. Okay, so this is how we can design asynchronous up counter. Thank you.